Now you remember when I first started this upgrade, the big centre island that I had got dismantled. It had to do, there was damage and various problems with it that meant it all had to go. And I ordered this table. Remember me saying all this lot had to wait until I got this in and I learnt where I myself, not the table, but where I myself wanted this to travel. Take for instance, the factory setting of this sliding table means it should normally balance at that point there. This being constantly on the lock position, that should be the finish. I undid it and slid it all forward so that now that is the lock position. Flush with this means I've lost 200 mil of travel. I had 1300 mil forward, 1300 back, 2.6. I think I can live with only having 11 and not having that in the way, because it was an obstacle coming round. It's much easier, more convenient, more comfortable having that. And with the last table and the table before that, I had a 700 travel. That's all. Now I've got 1100. So I'm feeling a lucky bit. I don't need to have that much more. And it's also made that way. It's going further than it should do. It's no matter, plenty of space there. And it also means that going backwards, I'm not going into my pillar drill. I've got plenty of space. Now, I'm at the point where it is now determined the footprint of this table. The next thing would be making this centre island. Remember the last time with the other centre island, here was my router station. Wooden one made part of the top. I even made a router lifter and such. All of this, if you remember, the router plate, the router lifter, all one solid unit dropped into a homemade top. This time I don't want to do that. This time I want to improve on that as well. There's not much good, or not much point really, having upgraded your main saw table, having upgraded my bandsaw, and leaving the router, which is a very vital piece of equipment, is the router station, leaving that substandard. This table doesn't come with any extensions for such things like routers. It comes with this steel top which just bolts there, and it's got a fancy little gadget hinge on it that can be folded away and such things like that to give you more space. I don't need that. What I need is to put my router here. So I looked around, having measured what I've got here, 600 by 800 spacing, and I found a cast iron router top made by UJK, which actually comes from Axminster as well, who supply this table. But it's not made for it, it's bigger, it's 10 mil bigger that way. But this way, 600, it's as good as perfect for what I need. I've got it here. I'm not going to hold it there because it's a lot. It's like 40 kilos. I'm not going to stand there holding there just to show you. Have a look on this picture. That's what it looks like. Okay, when it's all set up, and you see it's nice and slick. Notice also on this picture the router unit underneath the cast iron top. Have another look. Okay, now that is too big now. It needs to be dismantled and rebuilt. So that is what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to set about rebuilding that router stand, the unit that it all goes into. Once that's done, just 10 mil above this, then I'll be removing the factory supplied outfeed table because I don't want it, and then I will be sculpting into this shape what I'm left up to about here a worktop. The type of top I had before, probably 25 mm MDF again, something that won't bounce when I'm hammering and chiseling on it. I want something dense. But until that's made, I can't do this. So that is the next thing that I've got to be getting on with. So let's get on with that now. Now that is a beautiful edge. I didn't need the scoring blade, yet it's a laminated surface, but both sides clean, no chips without the scoring. Very clean lines. Nice. And I do like that switch. Did you notice there every time I finished, I hit it with my knee, turned it off. I could do that by accident. I could do that definitely on purpose. Very quick and very easy. I like that. Now, as I'm making these alterations, I chose the time to upgrade slightly from the last one, which I noticed the dust collection wasn't that good because of the material used inside the collection box. It was building up. This time I'm using a good hard formica, nice shiny slippy surface, so there's nothing for the dust to collect on. Also I'm putting the base at a slight slope to the back, and I've made sure that the extractor port is right on the bottom, where before it was a little bit up. So this time it should improve the performance of that dust extractor.